I've spent a lot of my life feeling like I was incomplete. Olivia, my twin, was my other half. Growing up, we were never apart, even if we didn't share everything. There were moments she kept to herself, moments I kept to myself. But when you grow up with someone who shares your birthday, your every smile, and your most embarrassing moments, you develop a bond that's hard to explain. We weren't just sisters, we were two halves of the same person. Then, in an instant, she was gone. I remember the exact moment I found Olivia. The moment my world crumbled. It wasn't the usual phone call you get from a family member that says they're late or a surprise announcement. No. It was cold. Empty. I walked into the room, and there she was, my twin sister, motionless, pale, her hair covering her face in the same way it always had when she'd fall asleep. But this time, there was no waking her up. No smile. No laugh. No, Olivia. At first, they said it was an accident. But something didn't feel right. You know when your gut tells you that something's off, even when everyone else insists everything is fine? That's how it felt. The pain was unbearable, but so was the nagging suspicion that the story they were giving me just didn't fit. Olivia wouldn't just be gone like that. I knew her better than anyone. In the weeks that followed, the world around me moved on, but I couldn't. The police said they had their answers, but I felt like they were closing the door too quickly. Olivia deserved more than that. She was my sister, my best friend. Someone had taken her from me, and I needed to know who and why. The first question I kept asking myself was, why wasn't anyone searching harder? The police seemed to just let it go. They had their assumptions, their theories, but nothing felt complete. They didn't seem to get it. Olivia wasn't just a girl from the neighborhood. She wasn't some random victim. She was my twin sister. My Olivia. And no one was going to just forget about her. Not me. Not until I found the truth. I started digging. It wasn't easy. In fact, at first, it felt impossible. Every lead was a dead end. Every conversation felt like a shot in the dark. But the more I looked into Olivia's life, the more I realized how little I knew about her. Sure, we'd shared everything growing up, but as we got older, things had changed. She started hanging out with people I didn't know. She had secrets, things she kept from me. And now, they were all starting to look like pieces of a puzzle I hadn't known existed. But how was I supposed to figure out the missing pieces when I didn't even know what they looked like? What kept me up at night was the question, what did Olivia know that I didn't? She'd been talking to someone, a man I didn't know. Maybe she had been seeing him before she died. Was he involved? What if he was the key to everything? I couldn't shake the feeling that she was involved in something bigger than I had realized. What if she knew something that put her in danger? What if it was all connected to something I hadn't seen? I hated myself for not being able to protect her, for not being there when she might have needed me the most. Then came the hardest part, who could I trust? Everyone I thought I knew seemed like they were hiding something. I began to question every friend, every family member, and every person who had ever been in her life. Were they helping me, or were they hiding something? Was it possible that someone close to Olivia was the one who did this to her? I couldn't even trust my own judgment anymore. The more I dug, the more questions piled up. Did she have enemies? Had someone threatened her? Was this about something bigger, something she hadn't told me? My mind spun in circles. How could I have missed all of this? How could she have been living a life I didn't even know about? There were days when I thought about giving up. I'd sit in her room, holding one of her old shirts, crying. I'd wonder if I was just torturing myself, chasing after ghosts that would never reveal themselves. But then I'd remember her smile, the way she used to laugh at the stupidest jokes, the way she would comfort me when I was down, the way we could spend hours talking about nothing and everything. She deserved better than just being forgotten. She deserved justice. And I would be the one to get it for her. I didn't have all the answers yet. But I would keep searching. Because the more I learned about Olivia's life, the people she was with, the choices she made, the more I understood that I wasn't just searching for the truth about her death. I was searching for the truth about her life. About who she really was and what was taken from her. I won't stop. I can't. Because Olivia was my twin sister. And even though she's gone, she's still with me. And I'll carry her until I find the answers.